What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Showtime is Blazer King, and we're back. Maybe with King's Critiques, depending on the platform you're watching. Number one starring with AC Kickback on. So if you hear that, I do apologize, but it's been hot a majority of the day, and even though it's starting to get darker out, I do not trust how the weather works around here. Especially with, electronic. It's hot in here, basically. But let's get with our usual caveats of number one, if you have any comments sent to your head about anything I say or do or the show says or does or just anything really, even if it's just, your favorite type of pizza, hamburger, whatever, always encourage you to drop some form of comment down below because it's always good to converse with other people and it's good for the algorithm depending on the platform you're watching this on. Next caveat would be in addition to it being encouraged to drop a comment down below, is also always appreciated. Jesus Christ. To let things run, let me get the watch time, hit the like button, subscribe, and all that good kind of stuff. And quick little recap bit of in the last episode, Sakamoto ended up joining the fight after Shin almost won with Kaji's help. Unfortunately, they came up just short because Gaku decided to kick it into overdrive and break their toy, basically. Now, hopefully, that Kaji guy can join the fray into the good guy team long term and not being injured. But suppose we'll see. I do hope that about him and the girl, because the girl who's obsessed with Sakamoto, I really just want to see her, genuine reaction to meeting him in this episode. Going from the immediate disgust and shock of him being what he is now to realizing it's actually him and then just fangirling hard. But this is the season finale, so the last caveat, as opposed to normal, will be we do show respect to the first and last episode of a season of something to watch the intro and outro if applicable. This is Netflix, so the outro we might get robbed from, but we will watch the intro at the very least. And since this can't be uploaded on the Red Guys because they're a bunch of douchebags and don't know how to run their own platform, well, we get to enjoy it on the orange side at least. So, that being said, let's get into the episode for one final time of the season. We're actually going to get what I want. She's actually going to be able to meet Sakamoto. You're not wrong. Honestly, the first reaction to seeing what he is now is going to be a little hurtful, but hilarious all the same. Well, here's the revelation. Now, is somebody going to tell her that that's actually Sakamoto, or is she just going to, be very thrown off? Her first question is, who are you? Damn. Apparently, internally, she knew who it was, but in her awake state, not so much. I think anybody who survives should technically, pass. Actually, better yet, anybody who saved your fucking life should pass. Wait, Jackass actually, qualified? Please tell me, is that his actual name is Jay Irk? Did they fucking do a double Simpsons joke with one person? I can't even begin to explain how peak comedy that is. So they did say his full name. Now, I wonder if that'll make the chick be like, wait, that's actually you? There it is. There's the realization. Yes, but also yes. Well... Meanwhile, he's just directly approaching him to ask a little bit quieter. Rude! And she's there listening in on the conversation wait, he doesn't just share the same name as him. That is him? There it is. Damn. Honestly, understandable, because, I imagine that'd probably be a lot of people's mindsets, and I hate to be the sexist type to say it this way, but a lot of female stereotypes would probably be in that kind of way, to where they're like, wait, the man I've idealized, found super hot, super attractive, super awesome, super cool, all this time is now just that fat man. Granted, very impressive, very strong fat man, but that fat man is who I used to idolize? disappointment. Okay, she does understand the feeling. But hey, you can change things, Shin showed similar qualities, so like you could shift it and become a fan of Shin instead. And he's closer to your age, so at least that'd make better sense. Matter of fact, become his fangirl, and oh, maybe he won't end up with Lou, and maybe you can bag him. Kinda, yeah. Meanwhile, Shin's probably hearing her think of this like, well, yeah. And Shin's not even gonna like mention this whole situation to him. He's just gonna keep it to himself for now. Oh, hey, the actual human behind the disguise. Like, how the fuck did I end up here? Yeah, he's actually not the kind of person you think he is. But it wasn't him. That's the thing. Wonder if Kaji is gonna wake up and be like, that wasn't him the entire time, guys. Oh, hey, look, the sentence that's gonna make Sakamoto realize what this is. Yep, there it is. And I wonder if that'll make one of the administrators go, wait, good looking guy with white hair. Oh. Okay. Well, good news, you're not going to be murdered for what you did here today. Unfortunately, we will have to hold you just to make sure you don't get killed. Oh, permission. Get his phone. Of course they did. But if you got paid, then that's connected to something, right? Oh, hey, he is alive. Good for him. Hopefully he can get his ears fixed and maybe be a part of the team. Okay, but if this is technically a lead on Slur, then it's at least, like, a good help. So, like, your idea of come to this island was already helpful for that aspect, because now you're, like, aware of what their plans are to some extent. I'm going to assume he's going to throw the, two that aren't main cast members yet. Well, yes, but also, I think Mafuyu basically just kind of clicked into gear, like, actually, he could be one of the people that Gaku was talking about. He does have a lot of resilience in him, so maybe he'll join the bad guys instead of the good guys. But I think it kind of clicked in him that what Shin said was not only like a matter of seeming cool, but like a good thing to keep in mind to drive himself forward further. And like his interactions with Shin both had the good and bad nature to them, so we can only hope he won't end up to be one of the bad guys, though. Out of all, like, 4 possibilities, I think he's probably deeper into the possibility of that. Rude. Fucking... I knew it was going to be both of them. Man, I was kind of hoping she'd join the good guys, too, but... Also, she might reject Slur's offer. Might get her killed, but... Oh god, that fucking guy. Mafuyu knows who this guy is, and that scares him a little bit. Well, that's not good. Oh, good. And we got some other fucking dude here. The fuck's your problem? Motherfucker, that's the name of a pepper, not a candy. Yeah, fucking... That's unfortunate. Like, I was kind of hoping the girl would join the good guys, but... Again, maybe she's not going to join the bad guys. Unless, like, Slur promises to, like, get her back to Sakamoto she knows and loves. Which, unfortunately, I believe could happen, but guess we'll see. The twitching in the eye from the girl, though, I don't think she likes that idea much better. Yeah, that's actually even worse because, like, both of them actually seem to have made good friends with Shin. Specifically. Like, she still has her idealization towards Sakamoto, but they both seem to have made really good friends with Shin, and now they're being taken in by the bad guys. Now, will it work as well as Slur hopes, or will both of them have to die because they're going to reject him? Guess we'll see. Excuse if you heard that. Or will it be some sort of triple cross? Like, they'll go into his fold, they'll join him, but they'll actually betray him later down the line to help out Sakamoto's gang. Well, that idiot Kanagare kinda joined the bad guys. Yep. Yeah, that's why you should, like, track him down and take him out. Honestly, like, her bringing up there's still police if there's no assassins. Bitch. In what place anywhere are the police more important than vigilantes? Like, I'm sorry, we don't have a lot of real vigilantes, and that should stop. I've said that before, specifically with My Hero Vigilante. But I feel like vigilantes would be way better off for society than the policemen. Because, like, cops have their own way about things. Cops will even refuse to do something if a citizen starts the case without them. And that's why cops are shitty. And, like, this is just me doing my usual, like, stereotyping. Bitch, I've seen people, record cops literally refuse information about things. I'm not going to get too in depth, but, like, that specifically involves the whole, like, Schlep and Gion and those kind of videos. To where I've actually heard cops look at Gion and go, sorry, we can't take that. We didn't get it. So we cannot look at that. We cannot take that. We cannot accept that. So this person that's diddled a bunch of 10-year-olds, we gotta let them go. Ignorant. So what you should do is take on the same kind of way that those people did. Maybe not just for the case of C-3POs and such. Though, in any case, find people doing illegal shit you can confirm are doing those illegal things. And if they don't stop doing those things after one warning, fill a sock with a bunch of quarters and go to town. Well, not quite that many, but also yes. Yeah, she's having too much of an issue mathing. Crazy how she was probably the hottest character of the show up until the point that we met recent characters. I'm going to replay that just for the people in back. Like, starting off at this sentence, I'm going to play this for the people in back. Besides, if you ask me, the one thing that's worse than evil is a fanatical sense of what's right. And all things considering what's happened the past month at minimum, I kind of feel like that's one of those things people should take into consideration. But again, I'm not going to say specifics, but y'all know what I'm referring to. And y'all know that it's finally time for everybody on all sides to sit down and shut the fuck up. Right? Yeah, this is probably not going to go well. I like how they both understood the assignment that the entire team of bad guys are even fucking weirder than the good guys. Unless you turn down our proposition, then I'm going to get the kinky one over there to kill you. After he has some fun with you. Honestly, those are some pretty good benefits. Meanwhile, he's like, yeah. Now, back to the store and the good guys. Meanwhile, as he's starting to talk about that, okay, I was expecting it to be Akira coming in, not the child. Oh, well, that's good. Are you sure that's what it says? Actually, yeah, first out of 360, that is what that said. And based on the number of participants in the exam that they mentioned earlier, yeah, that good for Shin. That means Sakamoto's got to be at least number 2, right? Yeah, they're all thinking the same thing I just said. Oh no, it all looks all dark and despaired behind him. Okay, but they already announced he was going through. Yeah, because, like, they already said he was going through, so how'd he fail? Bruh, you literally said Sakamoto's name, though. Right! My G. Oh. Well, fuck you, too. To be fair, it's not his fault there's a bounty on his head, too. That's Slur's. Plus, maybe if she hadn't stayed on the line a couple moments, you could have, like, explain that and been like, yeah, he's on the bounty list. Because Slur put him there! Jackass. No, that's the other guy we put through, remember? Oh, I'm sorry, his other name was J. Irk. Honestly, valid question, but when does he ever come out of somewhere expected? Man might have fucking just transformed into some fucking prune juice or something. Again, not like Naotomo didn't already know he'd fail the test because of that falsified, hit list thing. Oh, hey, falsifiedly being put on the hit list, falsifiedly having 2 copyright strikes. Yo, I completely understand where that is. And again, I will say to whatever fucking intelligence the red platform might have, dear God, and I don't mean Kashima, start thinking better on how copyright works. Morons! Okay, valid reasoning. Well, that's if you apply as yourself, dumbass. Wait, was he thinking... Okay, the obvious way that he could be considering switching that is he's gay. But... why did I know that is where his mind was going? Yeah, no, he means you. The one who's not an assassin. The one who has zero claim to any of this world other than being married to an assassin. Which, in a sense, as long as there's no kill policy in the, school building, she's probably fine up until the point Slur decides to invade. Though, I will say, again, I have seen some manga spoilers, and maybe that's not such a bad idea if what I saw is accurate. Because I never know what manga spoilers are real or not, because, this era of AI can do whatever the fuck it wants, so... Actually, the idea to use Aoi as the teacher might not be a bad idea, because if she does register with her real name, they might look at it and go, wait, Sakamoto, you're not married to our Sakamoto, are you? If so, welcome aboard. Wow, that was fast. I love how she's scared. Meanwhile, as long as she locks in, she'll be fine. And he's going to specifically point out Akira because she just walked in. Without even looking at her, by the way, he sends a warning shot. Yeah, fucking knew that. Not true, just lock in and try not to kill the dude. Meanwhile, she's staring up at him like, he's got a full person on me. See, you think the guy calling from the corner was fucking with you, but if she locks in, and she locked in, dude's already about to be hurt 5 seconds in. Yeah, wait, that wasn't... Huh! Oh, okay, so Nagumo used his, fashion, his makeup to make Sakamoto look like his wife. Not the way I thought that was going, but... Okay, but I'm just saying, even if it's a disguise, his wife in glasses? I mean, true, but damn. Are they really... Did they honestly fucking not only self-insert their manga, but they made such a minor change to it that wasn't that obvious they were self-inserting their own manga? That's classic. Sure. Maybe it's not an end of season comedy bit. Maybe it's just an official wrap-up. Oh no, it's his first episode of season 3 preview. That was an official season 3 preview if I've ever seen one. Let's go! Do we get a date like we did for Watanabe? I guess I'll just leave it on this anime screen for the wrap-up, because Netflix does Netflix things, unfortunately. I actually have time to catch up to Kaiju before it actually ends. So, maybe Saturday I can just, binge Kaiju, movie and all. We'll see. But I will give my wrap-up here real quick, because some needs are starting to grow, unfortunately. But great season, amazing, back end, all of it was so good, other than the thing, in the first third of the season, because the thing with the 4, death row inmates was honestly kind of unnecessary, especially because, 3 of them were the biggest type of scumbag you ever could imagine. We really did not need that thing with the death row inmates at all. The one chick was kind of hot, and I kind of dug her vibe somewhat. but the 3 of the 4 of them were not in any way, shape, or form like thrown off about harming an animal, and that just breaks my spirit. And I include the first guy that Shin and Lu ran into that because he literally started the fight in a pet aisle of a supermarket or something. Maybe it was just a pet store, but either case. So, like, the only one of those death row inmates that actually didn't give me the worst kind of vibe was Minimalist, the dude that just kind of crushed everything. And yeah, he was ready to kill Sakamoto's wife if it didn't end up to be Nagumo, but still. So, like, the entire, like, first 3 or 4 episodes involving them, honestly kind of pointless in my opinion, but hey, it is what it is. In either case, the show had a good finale. You know, next season already looks to be amazing. And hopefully it doesn't, like, get the case that a lot of other things do where, you know, they show a preview for a season and then it gets axed for no reason. But Sakamoto Days is at least very high regards. Even before it started, it was like one of the most anticipated anime because of how high the manga was regarded. So unlike things like Taboo Tattoo, where we got a season 2 preview and then it just never fucking happened, this at least will happen at some point next year, I hope. If not, like, it's probably not going to happen in the next 2 months. I could hope, but probably not. Then again, you never know. You know, we're getting a continuation of Watanabe in 2 months for the movie. Half of me wants to edit the final for that to mention that, but I don't know. We'll see if I actually remember. Probably not. Anywho, though. With that being said, done. Another great ending to another great show. You can let me know your thoughts on how it ended, how the entire season was. Who's your favorite new character? Do you think Mafuyu and the other girl are going to, like, go along with Slur's plans exactly? Or do you think they might, like, triple cross him by, like, being in his team, but as soon as they meet up with Sakamoto and the gang, they'll, like, defect and go back to the good guys? They were just being bad guys to save their own skin. I kind of think it might go that direction, but I guess it also matters on what kind of, like, promises and brainwashing and whatever Slur might offer them. Let me know your opinions on all that, as well as about anything else I should check out this season, next season, or in general. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, or follow, depending where you're watching. Subscribe to both YouTube channels, ring both bells, like Facebook, follow Twitter, and Blue Sky, keep updated with things. TikTok, Patreon, get the full unedited vision on all of the stuff I should be uploading on YouTube if they weren't numbnuts. Go follow Twitch, subscribe for benefits, can just throw Twitch Prime for free. That helps me out immensely for the temporary. And that being said, if you are watching the short version on YouTube, regardless of when I actually can upload it, check out the playlist here, let it run through, have conversations, whatever. Check out the video recommended to you here. Until next time, bend the blades again with Kritikes or wherever. So, ta-ta for now. Peace.